Let's get back into this. Rowan, channeling that unique charm, managed to persuade the local bards to play a tune some of you might recognize. With the music booming and the crowd fully distracted, you moved like pros, sneaking past a trio of suspicious hooded figures, made your exit through the side door and into the alleys. The scent of salt water from the nearby harbor drifts through the air. You can hear faint footsteps echoing down the street. But for now, the area seems clear.
No point skulking around back here. Let's get into the main street and blend in with the crowd. Keep your heads down and move like you belong.
Blending in. Right. Nothing screams normal citizen like a man in full armor. A half-elf with a bow and a walking furnace.
My design does not resemble a half-elf.
Huh?
You pass by a group of guards stationed near a corner. Their postures are relaxed, but their tone carries a hint of urgency. Snippets of their conversation drift through the crowd. Words like dock ward, smugglers, and artifact slip through the noise of the city. The guards are standing near a corner, their backs partially to you as they talk.
Reggie, I'm hanging back to eavesdrop on those guards. Let's see what they're talking about.
If you're going unnoticed, roll a stealth check. Let's see how quietly you can pull this off.
That's a total of 23, Reggie.
With a 23, you're practically a ghost. You slip into the shadows near the corner, close enough to catch the guards' conversation without them noticing a thing. The group moves ahead, none the wiser, and the guards remain focused on their discussion.
Smugglers, dock ward, always the same mess. But this artifact business, that's trouble we don't need.
Doesn't matter. Patrol the docks, report anything suspicious. The boss wants this thing locked down before they get their hands on it.
Whoever they are, they've got everyone jumping at shadows. It's bad enough the Zentarim are sniffing around.
The boss was clear. If we see anything unusual near the warehouses, we signal immediately. No messing around.
Unusual? Like what? Another bar brawl? Or maybe someone actually trying to break in this time. It's just that the way they talked about this artifact, it's like it's cursed or something. And if it's tied to the gods, forget it. I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Cursed or not, if the Zentarim want it, it's trouble. Those guys don't get involved unless there's profit and blood involved.
The guards glance around, but their focus shifts back to their route. You sense they're wrapping up their conversation. It's now or never if you want to slip away without drawing attention.
All right, Reggie, I've heard enough. Time to catch up with the others before they wander too far.
You rejoin the group just as they near the edge of the main street. They seem focused on staying out of sight, completely unaware you'd hung back. Avandra looks over her shoulder at you, her eyes widening slightly, as if to say, "Where were you?" But she keeps quiet.
I'm keeping what I heard to myself for now. I'll tell the others when we're alone. Just the group, not Avandra. Something about this doesn't sit right, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page first.
Got it. For now, the guards remain, and you've rejoined the party without incident. The main street opens up further ahead, leading toward the dock ward. The night air grows colder as the distant sound of waves echoes through the narrow streets.
You were gone for a moment. Everything all right?
Everything's fine. Let's just keep moving.
The dock ward isn't far now. The streets are quieter here, with fewer lanterns lighting the way. What's the plan as you approach the warehouse district?
We just walk in like we own the place. Who's gonna question confidence like that?
Confidence won't help if someone actually stops us. We don't exactly look like we belong here, especially with Ferrum clanking around.
Clanking is an unavoidable feature. Probability of detection remains significant regardless of approach.
Stealth gives us control. If we move cautiously, we minimize the risk of being spotted altogether. The element of surprise could be critical.
Right? But sneaking around can make us look shady. Someone spots us skulking in the shadows and we're in even deeper trouble.
We can't afford to draw attention, no matter what. The people after this artifact won't hesitate to make a scene if they think we're a threat.
Blending in could work if we sell it. We're travelers passing through, maybe dock workers looking for someone, but one wrong move and we're exposed.
Both strategies carry inherent risks. Decision will depend on the group's confidence in stealth versus deception.
We split up. Rowan and Ferrum can blend in and act like they're supposed to be here. That'll keep eyes on them. The rest of us, Elowyn, Evandra, and me, can move quietly and scout ahead. It's risky, but it splits their attention.
Fine by me.
And if you two get caught?
Distraction team's objective is to prevent detection of stealth team. Probability of success improves with coordination and predetermined regrouping point.
If it keeps them off us. But if something goes wrong...
Reggie, are there any notable spots nearby we could use as a regroup point if things go south?
Let's see. There are a few options you noticed earlier. The broken warehouse, about 2 blocks back, abandoned and tucked away from the main street. Quiet, with enough cover to stay hidden. The dockside stables, a ramshackle stable just a block away, filled with the sounds of restless horses. It's noisy, but provides natural cover from the activity in the area.
I say the stables. If things go south, we can grab a horse and ride out.
Warehouse offers superior concealment. Stables offer proximity and auditory distraction.
The stables. It's close enough to regroup quickly, and the noise will cover us if we need to move fast. We'll make that our fallback point.
Stables it is. And hey, if it comes to it, I call dibs on the horse of my choosing.
Let's just hope this works. We don't have time to waste.
Got it, Chief. Me and Ferrum will take the scenic route.
Fine. Just don't get yourselves killed.
Don't worry. You guys ain't that lucky.
With the stables as your fallback point, the group splits into 2. Rowan and Ferrum prepare to draw attention, while Bastion, Elowyn, and Evandra move stealthily toward the warehouse. The warehouse looms ahead, a tall, weathered structure with lanterns casting flickering light across its wooden beams. The faint smell of salt water and fish drifts through the cool night air, mixing with the earthy scent of damp cobblestones. At the front entrance, 2 guards stand near the main doors, their postures casual but alert. One occasionally glances up and down the street, while the other leans against the wall, picking at his nails with a dagger. A third guard paces back and forth about 20 feet from the entrance, his boots clicking softly against the stone.
So, just the 3 of them out front? What about the rest of the place? Anyone watching from the shadows, or is it just these guys?
From where you're standing, it's hard to tell if anyone's watching from the upper levels of the warehouse. No immediate movement in the windows or shadows, but that doesn't mean they're empty. As for the guards, the front entrance is the most obvious patrol. You don't see anyone actively patrolling the sides or the back from this angle.
Permission to roll perception to confirm the presence of additional threats in the surrounding area.
By all means, roll for perception.
I'm rolling too. Damn, that's a 4.
11.
Rowan, you squint toward the warehouse, trying to catch any signs of movement. Unfortunately, the dim lighting and shifting shadows make it difficult. You don't notice anything unusual. To you, the area seems clear and quiet. Ferrum, your enhanced optics scan the building meticulously. You notice a faint glimmer in one of the second-story windows, a subtle reflection that could be light bouncing off metal or glass. It's unclear whether it's a person, an object, or just a trick of the light, but it's enough to suggest you should be cautious.
Well, I got nothing. You see anything up there?
I detected a faint reflection in the second-story window. Possible presence of a sentry or surveillance device. We should proceed with heightened caution.
Heightened caution? Not exactly my specialty, but I'll see what I can do. All right, big guy. So here's the plan. I'm gonna walk up there and give those guards a show they won't forget. A little story. You know, keep 'em wondering if I'm a bard or just completely insane.
This plan is unconventional. Success depends heavily on your ability to maintain their attention.
Exactly. They won't know what hit 'em. And while I've got 'em hooked, you back me up, play along, add some spice. You're the straight man to my chaos.
I will observe and respond as needed. The concept of adding spice requires further elaboration.
Don't worry about it. Just follow my lead, and we're gonna work some magic. Keep them hanging on my every word. You got my back for ambience.
A story and a song? Really? That's the plan?
You're risking everything on a performance.
This isn't what I meant by distraction. These are trained guards who won't take any kind of shit from anyone. There's almost no outcome where they'd even be slightly interested in any story you tell them, no matter how theatrical it is.
Have a little goddamn faith! Besides, you're the one that said we should split up, and I don't feel like going back to the drawing board. I already have the perfect story in mind. If it doesn't work, we'll know pretty quick, won't we?
This is probably the shortest campaign I've ever been part of.
Not even 3 episodes in, and we're already throwing ourselves at death's door. Fantastic.
Trust me, it's gonna be great. You 3 just be ready to move when the guards are looking the other way.
Rowan and Ferrum, the stage is yours. As the 2 of you approach the guards at the warehouse entrance, the 2 stationed there glance up, their casual postures shifting to mild suspicion. One of them rests his hand on the hilt of his sword, while the other crosses his arms, watching the duo carefully. The guards notice you as you approach. They look like they're waiting to see what you're up to before reacting.
Gentlemen, you're in for a treat tonight. Gather close, for I shall regale you with a tale of epic proportions. A tale of heroism, betrayal, and redemption.
Oi, what's your business here?
My business? Why, I'm only the finest storyteller you'll hear this side of Waterdeep. Tonight, I bring you the tale of the tragic horsemen of the mountain pass.
Is this tale entirely fabricated, or does it contain partial truths?
Fabricated, sure, but they don't know that. Just back me up, all right?
All right, Rowan, you're the star of the show, so you'll roll a performance check to see how convincing and captivating your act is. Since Ferrum is helping you, you'll have advantage on this roll. You'll roll twice and take the higher number. Let's see how this plays out.
Well, would you look at that? Nat 20. Guess this story just became a legend in the making.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Is this actually going to work?
Gentlemen, tonight, you witness history in the making. The story of a man who defied fate, challenged the stars, and carved his name into the annals of time.
What the hell did
This
you just say?
is the tale of the horsemen of the mountain pass. There I was, astride my noble steed, galloping across the open plains. The sun burned at my back, the law hot on my heels. Betrayed by brothers, cursed by the stars themselves, I fought for justice in a world that knew none. And when hope seemed lost, I rose again, a symbol of defiance. A lone rider, carrying the weight of a broken world on his shoulders.
As Rowan weaves his tale, the guards are utterly transfixed. One leans forward, his hand falling away from his weapon entirely, while the other takes an unconscious step closer, his mouth slightly agape. That's incredible. Is this true? His buddy whispers to him. It has to be. Look at him. No one could make this stuff up. The guards are hooked. Rowan, you've got the meeting out of the palm of your hand. Ferrum, you might not even need to help here, but if you still want to add some magical flair to really hammer it home, let's roll that arcana and see what happens.
I am here to provide ambiance, so ambiance is what I will provide. 14.
As Rowan's voice deepens, Ferrum's spectral mage hand begins to move. The faintly glowing hand nudges a nearby lantern, tilting it to cast Rowan in an ethereal golden light, as if the sun he speaks of is still beating down upon him. The hand then drifts toward a pile of crates, pushing one slightly to create a low, creaking sound that mimics the groan of leather saddlebags on a horse.
Picture this. The mountain stretched out before me, endless as the sea, and just as unforgiving. The sun beat down like a hammer on my back, my steed's hooves pounding the earth like a war drum. Behind me, the lawmen, and those I once called brothers, chased me like a pack of rabid wolves. Why? Because I dared to stand for something greater. I dared to believe in redemption, but the world didn't want me redeemed. No, it wanted me forgotten. There I was, caught between the law behind me and the betrayers atop the tallest mountain. No allies, no hope, just the weight of my sins and the cold steel at my side.
The guards are leaning in now, their expressions ranging from fascination to disbelief. One of them mouths the word redemption, as if it holds some secret meaning.
When the stars seemed ready to swallow me whole, I found myself face to face with something greater. A storm rolled in, dark clouds swirling, thunder crashing like the gods themselves were watching. And in that storm I saw it, a vision, a chance to set things right, to take all the wrongs I had done and turn them into something better. And so, with the last man I called, my brother made his way out of harm's way. I made my stand. 3 men rode at me, their pistols drawn. My horse reared, screaming against the storm, and I stood my ground. 1 shot, 2 shots, bam, bam! The 3rd man fell as lightning struck the earth, splitting it open beneath his horse.
Statistical probability of a lightning strike occurring at that precise moment is infinitesimal. However, the narrative impact is significant. Proceed.
And proceed I did. The storm cleared, the earth was quiet, and there I lay, a lone rider, staring at the mountainous horizon. Alone, yes, but free. And that, my friends, is why I ride, not for riches, not for glory, but for freedom, and for the chance to make things right.
As Rowan finishes his tale, the guards stand in stunned silence. One of them actually claps softly, his face filled with awe. That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard. I don't even care if it's real. That was amazing. The guards are completely transfixed. They don't even seem to notice Ferrum's subtle magical effects adding to the drama, the creaking barrels, the perfectly timed shifts of light. Rowan's voice echoes faintly over the quiet street, and you can just barely make out him spinning some ridiculous story about trouble down the road. The guards, for whatever reason, seem to be buying it, at least enough to shift their focus entirely on him and Ferrum.
Did that actually work? Did he just talk his way past trained guards? I'm almost insulted.
I don't know what's worse, that it worked, or that I expected it to.
Are you sure they're on our side? Because that was the strangest distraction I've ever seen.
Strange or not, it's our opening. Let's not waste it.
All right, Bastion and Elowyn, here's what you see. The side door is still partially obscured by the stack of barrels Evandra mentioned earlier. The alley is quiet, and the guards at the front of the warehouse are now fully focused on Rowan and Ferrum. However, you notice a faint glow through a small, high window in the warehouse wall. Inside, the shadows of movement flicker against the light. Someone or something is definitely in there. The side door is about 30 feet away. You'll need to move carefully to avoid making noise and attracting unwanted attention. From the looks of it, you're in the clear for now, but it's anyone's guess how long Rowan can keep the guards occupied.
The door's likely unlocked. It's used for deliveries. But if anyone's stationed just inside, we'll need to handle them quietly.
How high is the window from the ground, and is the windowsill big enough for someone to grab onto it and peep inside?
Ha! I was not expecting to hear the guy who saved humanity several times over use the word peep.
Really, Elowyn? I was expecting that kind of a response from Rowan. But you...
Hey, don't drag me into this. I'm just over here imagining you peeping through a window like some kind of sneaky space ninja. But now that you've said it, I'm totally calling you Peeping Chief from now on. Has a nice ring to it.
This is why I rarely talk. Reggie, can you get us back on track, please?
Sure thing, Peeping Chief.
God.
The window is about 10 feet off the ground, not out of reach for someone with decent athleticism or a creative solution. As for the sill, it's narrow but sturdy enough for someone to grab onto and balance for a quick look inside.
I'm going to get up there and take a look inside before we move in. Better to know what we're walking into than stumble into a mess blind.
And you're just going to scale a wall in full armor. I'll admit, that's a level of confidence I can respect.
Are you sure that's a good idea? If they see you...
They won't.
Oh, so close.
Just keep an eye out. If this goes south, we'll deal with it quickly.
Bastion, the window's 10 feet up. It's not an impossible climb, but you'll need a solid effort to reach it quietly. Roll for athletics and see how you do.
20 total.
With a total of 20 on your athletics check, you make the climb look almost effortless. You grip the narrow sill firmly, your boots finding purchase on the rough wood of the warehouse wall. Quietly, you pull yourself up to the window, peering through the faint glow inside. Through the dusty glass, you see a large, dimly lit space filled with crates and barrels stacked high. Lanterns hang from support beams, casting long shadows across the room. At least 3 figures are inside, 2 of them standing guard, near a large crate in the center, and 1 more pacing near the back, their posture stiff and alert. You notice a faint shimmer of light emanating from the crate they're guarding, as if something within is glowing faintly. You can roll a perception check now to pick up more details, or head back down and report to the group.
Perception is 21 total.
With a 21 on perception, you take in the finer details of the scene. The guards are armed with short swords and light armor, not particularly formidable, but certainly capable in close quarters. The one pacing at the back carries a heavier weapon, a longsword, and his armor is better maintained. He's likely the leader of this group. You also notice that the crate they're guarding has faint runes etched along its edges, glowing with a soft, golden light. The shimmer of the glow pulses slightly, as if reacting to something nearby. The guards are clearly focused on this crate. It's the centerpiece of whatever they're protecting. Lastly, just beyond the crate, you spot another door leading deeper into the warehouse. It's partially ajar, with faint voices echoing from the other side. Whoever is speaking is too far away to make out clearly. You've got a solid understanding of what's inside. Guards, a mysterious glowing crate, and a potential second group beyond the door.
I've seen enough. I'm headed down to relay what I just saw. The crate they're guarding, it's covered in runes and glowing faintly. Golden light, pulsing like it's alive. Does that sound familiar to you? Is this the artifact you mentioned?
Runes? Golden light? It could be. I've never seen the artifact myself, only heard stories about it from my father. If it's glowing and protected by magic, then yes, it's likely what we're after. But that doesn't explain what's behind the other door. If someone else is here, they could complicate things.
I'm going to be giving Elowyn a knowing look, because she's never given any information about her father before we made our way here. But we'll see this through, and be on guard for anything. I proceed to tell her that there's a door at the back of the room, partially open. I heard voices coming from the other side, too far to make out, but it's worth noting. If we get the chance, would you be willing to check it out?
You're asking if I'd willingly sneak close to another room while they're still guarding the crate? Sounds risky, but if it gives us more intel, I'll consider it.
The more we know, the better. But if you're caught, this whole plan falls apart.
First things first. The distraction won't last forever, so we need to act now. Let's get that artifact. Elowyn, you're the only one I can ask to do this. Is there a chance to grab what's inside the crate without them noticing?
Maybe. I might be able to get in and out without them realizing.
If anyone can do it, it's you.
I'll do my best to slip in without being seen. If the distraction holds, they won't even notice me.
The crate is about 20 feet from the side door, and the shadows cast by the surrounding barrels and stacks of crates offer some cover. The guards are still focused on Rowan and Ferrum. But remember, there are still 2 guards inside the warehouse. They're stationed near the glowing crate, and their focus hasn't wavered. They're clearly there to keep that thing safe. Roll a stealth check to approach unseen. If you make it, you'll need to roll sleight of hand to retrieve the artifact quietly.
All right, I'm moving in. That's a 21.
With a 21, you move like a shadow. Slipping through the side door, you stick low and close to the scattered crates and barrels, your movement silent against the faint creak of the wooden floor. The guards don't seem to notice as you weave between the stacks of cargo, inching closer to the glowing crate in the center of the room. You're now within about 10 feet of it, completely unnoticed.
She's doing it. I can't believe she's actually doing it.
She's good. Let's hope it holds.
As you get close to the crate, the faint golden runes along its edges pulse slightly. They seem to react subtly to your proximity. Nothing alarming yet, but it's clear this isn't ordinary cargo.
Not sure I trust that, so I'm going to roll an Arcana check.
Go for it.
13.
With a 13, you recognize the runes as part of a magical warding system, designed to protect the contents of the crate, likely from tampering or unauthorized access. However, they're not particularly advanced. From what you can tell, these wards aren't meant to harm you directly. They seem more like an alert mechanism. You get the sense that as long as you're careful and precise, you might be able to open the crate without activating them. Roll sleight of hand to see if you can retrieve the artifact without setting off the ward or alerting the guards.
19 total.
Your precision is near flawless. You reach out, your fingers moving deftly along the edge of the crate, avoiding the faintly glowing runes as they pulse softly in the dim light. The lid lifts silently, and the magical wards don't react. Inside, nestled in dark cloth, you see a small, intricately carved artifact, a circular object with jagged edges and a faint golden glow that matches the runes on the crate. It looks ancient, but its craftsmanship is meticulous.
She's been in there too long. Do you think something's gone wrong?
She's careful. If anything went wrong, we'd know.
You now have the artifact in hand. The guards remain unaware for the moment, but you're still in a dangerous spot, and you're in full view of the guards if one of them happens to turn their head.
I'm going to put the artifact in my bag, and can I see how far am I from the door where the whispers are?
You quickly and quietly tuck the artifact into your pack. The faint glow from it dims slightly as it disappears into the darkness of your bag, as if reacting to being enclosed. The door with the whispers is about 15 feet away from your current position, tucked behind another stack of crates. It's partially open, just enough for the faint murmuring voices to carry into the room. You still can't make out what's being said, but it sounds like a conversation between at least two people.
If she's found the artifact, why hasn't she come back yet? What else could she be doing in there?
You're near the door, and the guards still haven't noticed you. If you want to approach the door to hear more clearly, you'll need another stealth check to avoid detection.
19 total.
With a 19, you glide through the shadows like a phantom. The guards near the crate remain completely unaware of your movements as you weave between stacks of barrels and crates, drawing closer to the partially open door at the back of the warehouse. You position yourself just at the edge of the doorway, staying low and out of sight. The murmured voices are now clear enough to make out. Inside, two figures are speaking in hushed but controlled tones.
The locals don't ask questions, which is exactly why they're here. The fewer people who know, the better.
As long as they stay out of the way, this goes smoothly. I'm more concerned about timing. If this thing is as volatile as they say, we can't afford delays.
We're on schedule. The boss will signal when it's time. Until then, we do nothing that draws attention. Let the outside watch do their job.
They don't even know what's in the crate, do they? Probably think it's some noble's lost jewelry.
And that's how it stays. If they're this incompetent, then they won't even notice when we're gone.
Their voices drop even further as they move deeper into the room, making it harder to hear. But from what you've gathered, these two seem to be waiting for a signal to act, keeping their true purpose hidden from the outside guards.
I don't want to push my luck too far. It's time to leave.
To retreat safely without being detected, you'll need to roll one more stealth check.
Shit.
What happened?
I hope I didn't fuck any of this up with a 13.
With a 13 on stealth, you manage to move quickly, but as you step around a crate near the side door, your foot nudges a loose wooden slat. It shifts slightly with a faint creak. One of the guards near the glowing crate freezes, his head snapping toward your position. His hand moves instinctively to the hilt of his sword as he mutters, "What was that?" and begins to step toward the source of the sound. He's 10 feet away and closing in, scanning the shadows carefully.
She's taking too long. Something's wrong. We need to do something.
You're awfully concerned for someone who just met us. Relax. Elowyn's almost back to us. She knows what she's doing.
I'm just saying, if she's in trouble, we need to act. That artifact is...
That artifact is what? You keep dodging around it like we're not already putting our necks on the line. If there's something we don't know, now's the time to speak up.
Elowyn, crouched low behind the crates, sees the guard closing in. His steps are deliberate, his eyes narrowing as he searches for any sign of movement. The other guard stays by the glowing crate, his gaze flicking between his partner and the crate where the artifact once was. The room falls silent, save for the soft echo of the advancing guard's boots against the wooden floor. You can feel the seconds ticking by, each one louder than the last. And that is where we'll pick up next time.
Are you shitting me? I was getting into that.
Hey man, this session has been going on for a lot longer than it was supposed to.
Why would you cease the session at this critical juncture? This appears suboptimal for narrative flow.
Well, you little shits are going to have to wait. See you guys next week.